Now at 5:30, after nearly 2 years on the run, a convicted rapist from Virginia has been caught in Lexington. We have the details on his arrest coming up in a live report.
Also on WKYT this morning, Madison County deputies warning folks to protect their belongings when they head out to Easter services. That follows a break-in at a church.
And for the first time since 2011, President Obama will be visiting the Bluegrass State.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you along. It's Thursday morning, April 2nd. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. And the story is with the president's visit, who's not going to necessarily be there.
It could be interesting. We'll have the details about that coming up in just a little bit. And we're watching for the arrival of storms.
We are. It's been a really, really nice last couple of days, but Jim Caldwell's here to tell us that it won't be lasting.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, we'll be tracking some rounds of showers and thunderstorms through the area later on today. Might even have some of those strong or even severe. That's our big concern at this point, but better chances of that happening likely on your Friday. Defender is pretty quiet across central Kentucky right now, but we do have some energy just out to our west, out toward Paducah. We're tracking some thunderstorms through that area. So our three-day threat track to kind of get everything pulled together here for you. We're tracking Thursday, Friday for the potential of strong to severe thunderstorms. A little more on the isolated side as far as the chances are concerned of them going severe today, and on Friday a little more widespread. But during both days we could also be picking up anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, just a general total. Some amounts can be even higher than that, especially under some of those thunderstorms. There's the moisture that we're tracking out there this morning. Not a lot of it, not really that impressive. A little flash of lightning, a little clap of thunder, all that's been associated with it so far. But more of those will be coming, and I'll track that into our area hour by hour coming up.
All right, the good weather was nice while it lasted.
Well, this is a scary story to think that someone was hiding in plain sight. A convicted child rapist wanted in Virginia has been caught in Lexington.
WKYT News was the first to tell you about Douglas McBride's arrest. Police in Virginia have been trying to find him for nearly 2 years. WKYT's Mark Barber is live now from District Court with the latest on this case. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. The child rapist from Virginia is now facing drug trafficking charges here in Lexington. U.S. Marshals say after they arrested the 51-year-old yesterday, they found 1,800 pills and 18 marijuana plants in his room. Now we've learned from an arrest citation that Douglas McBride is accused of trafficking Ritalin and Flexeril, which is a muscle relaxant. The fugitive was wanted out of Dinwiddie County, Virginia, where he was convicted of rape back in 2013. Investigators started looking for him after he skipped bond and never showed up for sentencing. According to Virginia's state records, McBride owned an ornamental craft shop, which he abandoned after his conviction. In February, long after he disappeared, the Dinwiddie County Sheriff's Office put out another call for help, asking the public to help find him. U.S. Marshals were on the case, and 18 months into their investigation, they tracked McBride from Central Virginia to Pasadena Drive here in Lexington. We're told they found him hiding in the bedroom of a home there. Investigators tell us he would not obey their commands, so they took him into custody by force. Neighbors say they had seen McBride, but had no idea who he really was.
I have tried to ask questions, but nobody seemed to know anything. Okay. If I had known this, you could bet your bottom dollar you would have known it.
U.S. Marshals say when they arrested McBride yesterday, he asked them, "How did you find me?" They say they replied by saying, "With good investigative work," and it certainly was. McBride will be arraigned here later today. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. And new this morning, the Wolfe County search and rescue team had to save a hiker who had a medical scare. The rescue happened around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The man called for help after having some trouble with his heart. Rescue teams from Wolfe, Powell, and Lee counties all helped to find him. Crews were able to get the man into a special rescue basket. They lowered him down the trail using a zip line. And while crews say they're not sure of the man's condition right now, they say he did feel well enough to take some selfies with the crews.
A man is recovering this morning after he was hurt in a crash. It happened on Cunningham Drive in Danville yesterday afternoon. Police say a driver turned left into a church parking lot and collided with a motorcycle. The motorcyclist was airlifted to UK Hospital. There's no word on the extent of his injuries. A Lexington utility worker had a close call yesterday. Police say a car ran over him while he was working inside a hole in the road. It happened on Mentel Park near Richmond Road. Police tell us the driver was backing out of her driveway when her tire dipped into that hole. She did not see the man because he was hunched over. Fortunately, the worker was not seriously injured. Police say the driver will not face any charges because it was just an accident.
Talk about a close call, though. Well, Madison County deputies have a warning for people going to Easter services this weekend. Deputies say the man in this surveillance photo broke into the Union City Christian Church and a car in the parking lot there. With Easter Sunday only a few days away, deputies want to remind churchgoers to keep their valuables locked up. Deputies say they've had a few leads on a possible suspect from their Facebook page, but so far they have not made any arrests.
It's an investigation we first brought you on WKYT, and we now have an update. Hazard police say a pilot program aimed at cracking down on the so-called pop train has been successful. The department is 1 month into its year-long program. So far, they've charged 6 people. Undercover officers keep an eye on local grocery stores where food stamp abusers are buying large quantities of nothing but soda pop and then reselling those items for cash. Police are encouraging folks who see food stamp abuse to report it. Police say food stamp fraud is a Class D felony with 1 to 5 years in prison. Well, for the first time since 2011, actually, President Barack Obama, will be making a visit to the Bluegrass State.
The president will be visiting Louisville today for an economic event going on there, and WKYT's Hillary Thornton is at our live desk with a look at what the president hopes to accomplish today in the Derby City. Hey, good morning, Hillary.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. President Obama plans to visit a tech company today during his stop in Louisville. The White House announced discussions at this stop will include President Obama's concerns over Republicans who do control Congress' plans to repeal the estate tax. The White House says eliminating the tax will cost $300 billion, and its repeal would affect few people. Meanwhile, Republicans say doing away with the tax would help farmers and small business owners keep their businesses in the family. We have learned former Lieutenant Governor and Louisville Mayor Jerry Abramson, who now works at the White House, will accompany the president on his trip to the Derby City. However, many other prominent Kentucky Democrats are skipping the visit, including the party's likely nominee for governor, Jack Conway, who says he plans to be in eastern Kentucky today. State Auditor Adam Edlin and Attorney General candidate Andy Beshear also say they will be elsewhere when the president is in Louisville. Now, President Obama's last visit here to Kentucky in 2011 came when he greeted soldiers returning to Fort Campbell from Afghanistan. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, Hillary, thank you very much. It is 5:38 on WKYT this morning, and as the Big Blue Nation gets ready to watch the Cats take on the Wisconsin Badgers this weekend, the players, and we all hope this is true, they're getting ready as well.
Yeah, we'd hope they were. Here's WKYT's very own Rob Bromley with the latest from Indianapolis.
Good morning from Indianapolis. The countdown to the Final Four is on. Just 2 days now until it's Kentucky and Wisconsin here at Lucas Oil Stadium. And a lot of fanfare last night as the Wildcats arrived at their downtown hotel. All the talk of going 40-0 started long before this season started. And now, 2 more wins and it can become a reality. It has been an amazing journey.
In October, it's hard for something like to think of and say, you're going to be 38-0 in the Final Four. I mean, never been done before. And obviously coming in, I knew my brothers, we had a great amount of talent, but, you never knew we were going to gel so well and this season was going to go the way it went.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, we went to the final game, losing however many games we lost last year. So, and that's the goal, to win the national title. So I really didn't expect it, but, I mean, pretty cool to do.
The Wildcats with a closed practice here today at Lucas Oil Stadium, but the 2 coaches, John Calipari and Bo Ryan, will be talking with the media, and we will hear from 4 of the Final 4 players, 1 from each team. That'll be coming up at noon today. Here in Indianapolis, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
Thanks, Rob. And if you're headed to Indy for the game, we have a traffic alert that you will want to know about. The Indiana Department of Transportation encourages folks to use Interstate 74 up through Cincinnati instead of Interstate 65 to get to Indianapolis. That is because there's a lot of construction between Louisville and Indianapolis that could slow drivers down.
And just one more reminder about when and where to watch the game. Kentucky plays Wisconsin Saturday night in the second game of the evening in Indianapolis. Expected tip time is around 8:49. It will be on TBS following the Duke and Michigan State game. And for all other Cats news, you will find that. We'll keep you updated at WKYT.com, our website. All right, time to check live drive traffic this morning, see how things are moving along early on this Thursday. It's a good ride in now as far as the weather's concerned. Later this afternoon, there could be some issues with that.
South Broadway in Virginia looks good. We do have closures scheduled starting at 9 this morning at Man o' War between Buckhorn Drive and Mount McKinley. The outer loop right lane blocked for pole repair there.
All right, a lot of construction projects out there, and they may get a delay here the next day or so with that rain and stormy weather coming in. A lot more news coming up for you here on your Thursday.
The Cats may be busy preparing for the Final Four this weekend, but that did not stop UK forward Willie Cauley-Stein from making a young fan's day. Really, really great story to tell you about. We'll tell you about his lunch date with this little girl named Olivia up next.
Forecast gets very, very tricky as we head through the afternoon and evening today, and especially into your Friday as we're tracking the potential of strong to severe thunderstorms. I'll have the latest coming up for you.